Good morning, everyone. Today we're checking out a brand new video from Prog Magic about what if California had new Pokemon. Let's hop in and check it out.
What if there were Pokemon based on Los Angeles, California? Well, I've taken to creating some for my Pokemon region, Alea. Hey everyone,
Oh yeah,
Brandon
that's right.
here.
New
We've already
region.
discussed what the starter Pokemon would look like. Go check that out if you missed it. So now let's talk about some Pokemon
Kind of forgot about that for a moment.
you would find around Alea. So first up, we have the early root mammal. And in Alea, that title belongs to Avocado, the seed cat Pokemon. A
I was literally just about to say it's literally an avocado cat.
normal grass type. This might go on record as the goofiest little guy I've ever made on this channel.
Extremely.
I went with Fungusmon for this design and the next few, so make sure to check out their link in the description. The idea of this Pokemon was born out of me wanting to create an avocado Pokemon for this region, as
Okay.
Los Angeles and California at large are known for their avocado consumption, with Haas avocados
Oh, wow.
originating from Rudolf Haas, a mail carrier and horticulturist from La Habra, California, which is part of the greater LA area. These avocados were
that's
first
kinda
made
cool.
in 1926 and now are one of the most commercially popular worldwide. Avocado's name comes from avocado and gato, the Spanish word for cat. But
Obviously.
avocado is actually the original English rendering of the Spanish word aguacate, which in and of itself comes from the Nahuatl word ahuacatl, which means testicle. That was quite the non sequitur. Either way, there is
Yeah, no, that's actually what avocado means. I mean, when you look at it, what do you think? Well, eventually, someone will eventually be like, it does look like a testicle. Then that's kind of why it has the name testicle.
precedent for the name. Its name being Spanish in origin refers to how most avocados are grown in the Mesoamerica area. Its category
that's
of the
cool.
seed cat Pokemon also refers to cat seed, which grows cat grass, a kind of grass that is safe for cats to consume, such as wheatgrass, oatgrass, and barley grass.
Oh.
Okay, aside from the name, why would I fuse an
Not bad.
avocado and a cat? Well, that will become very apparent when Avocado evolves at level 20 into Toast Tabby, the Toast Cat Pokemon. This Pokemon is based on the dish that began sweeping the nation in 2010 and is apparently the reason we can't afford rent.
Avocado toast.
Avocado toast. It is disputed where avocado toast originates, but
Oh,
it's said
God.
that people in the San Francisco Bay Area have been eating it since the late 1800s. Tostabi's pose is emulating one that cats take, which is known as loafing, in
Yep.
which a cat tucks its arms and legs underneath itself, making it look like a loaf of bread. The crust of the toast
That's where
is
the term
actually
comes from.
Tostabi's tail wrapping around itself. It also has these flecks of white amongst its fur, which refer to the salts and other spices put atop avocado toast, but can also refer
okay.
to cat dander, as many people, myself included unfortunately, are allergic to. According
Oh,
to
I'm
the
sorry
Asthma
for
and
ya.
Allergy Foundation of America, this affects between 15 to 30% of the American population, and less than 10% have an allergy to avocados. Tostabi's
Oh,
dander
damn.
could act as the basis for it knowing different powder moves, such as sleep powder, poison powder, etc. With Tostabi being based on toast, a heated form of bread, its ability would of course be well-baked body, like Darkspawn,
Oh,
with Tostabi
nice.
being the cat to its dog. Now I guess we just need a baked bread mouse and we can have ourselves a full Tom and Jerry reunion. And I
Oh,
would
that
like
would be
you to
nice.
reunite with those like and subscribe buttons. Also, make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know which Pokemon in this video was your favorite. Next, we have ourselves the early root bird with Fast Tilt, the long leg
Ooh.
Pokemon, a pure flying type.
Wait a minute, is this thing kind of based on a flamingo? Well, no, I don't think it is.
This little guy is based on the black-necked stilt,
There
a
it is.
long-legged bird that can be found in the wetlands and beaches across much of the southern half of North America and much of South America. They
Hold on.
use these long legs to wade in the water,
There we go.
hunting the wildlife found within it. They can also run pretty fast with said legs, even in the water.
Damn.
Faststilt use their legs in a similar fashion, able to walk through water to prey on small water or bug types found within it. Hilariously enough,
Ooh,
Faststilt
like
shares its
Goopitals.
category with Ariados, which, as a bird, Faststilt would probably prey on Ariados' pre-evolution Spinarak. I am sure many were expecting a California quail Pokemon to be the early root bird,
I
but
was
in
not.
all honesty, when thinking of a concept for one, I felt I couldn't come up with something that was different enough from Loxton's Quailston line. It truly is such a solid concept for the animal, and I felt I wouldn't be adding anything by attempting to make one myself.
I like that
So make sure to
bug.
check out Loxton's Cascade region if you haven't. Back to Faststilt though, which at level 24 evolves into Seagrit, the disguised leg Pokemon, a flying grass
Ooh.
type. Wait,
Okay, I like this one.
is it a grass type? No, that's just dark green plumage. It's actually a dark type. Seagrit disguise themselves as an unsuspecting palm tree, letting prey climb upon its lengthy tree trunk-like legs before scooping them up in its large beak. This avant-garde avian is based on a
Nice.
few different types of cranes, herons, or egrets. The great heron, which is the largest and most widespread wading bird across the US, the American bittern, which has this striking plumage to help it blend in with its surroundings, and
Okay.
the great egret, who are able to spread out these special lacy feathers called egrets during mating displays, which to me looked like palm fronds.
They
This,
do.
all tied together with its stylish appearance, it refers to trompe l'oeil, meaning deceive the eye in French, a fashion design technique that
okay.
creates the illusion of three-dimensionality on flat surfaces, using silhouettes, prints, and other elements that play with the viewer's perception, just like Secret
Ooh,
plays
that
with its
is
prey's
tricky.
perception of it. We have had a palm tree Pokemon and a Pokemon that disguises itself as a tree, but never a fashionable bird Pokemon disguising itself as a palm tree. You would be able to find
Now we
yourself
have
a
it.
Fastilt and Secret along the beaches of Alea, hunting with their individual methods, one direct and the other indirect. And I want you to directly hunt that join button to become a member. Membership gets you amazing
Yeah,
perks
supports
all
the
the while
creator
helping
and
me
all
to
they
continue
do.
to create videos just like this one. So hit that join button now and help support the channel. From there, we have the early root bug, and this one is pretty special to me,
Okay,
and I
here
hope
we
it
go.
will be for you all too. I'm going to present them all at once to better explain the concept. So allow me to introduce Awkworm, the unsure Pokemon, Eggarb, the egg Pokemon, and Pridromorph, the pride Pokemon. Awkworm
You know what? I have a feeling I think I know what this is about, but I'm not 100% sure, so I will let him explain.
starts off as a little worm who doesn't quite know what to do with itself, unsure of its place in the Pokemon world. It will wrap itself in fine hair-like silk, evolving it into Eggarb, slowly growing until eventually it evolves into Pridromorph, more sure of itself and full of pride than ever. Naturally, with this line's coloration
I
and
actually really love what they did with the wings. One side it is like rounded and pink, and the other side it is squared and blue.
concept, it refers to the trans pride flag and trans folk in general, with
I had a
butterflies being
feeling.
a form of trans iconography. This line would have no gender, so it isn't binary, leaving it open to your interpretation of what journey it travels along. Awkworm clearly represents a person pre-transition. Eggarb represents that
Wait. So this is this would be a common Pokemon with no gender. How does it breed? How does it lay eggs? How do you get more of it in the wild or in humanity?
transition, with the term egg being queer slang meaning someone who has yet to realize their true gender or lack thereof. And Pridromorph is a person who is finally living their truth openly and outwardly. In Pridromorph's antenna, you can spy the lowercase lambda symbol, which is an icon of queer activism, being adopted by
Didn't
the
know that.
Queer Activists Alliance. Pridromorph's name not only comes from pride,
That's
but
actually kinda
also
cool.
gynandromorphism, which is when a butterfly exhibits both male and female phenotypes, which is why this Pokemon has two very different wings, showing that intersexuality
okay.
exists in many different species and is completely normal, which is also the reason this entire line is the bug normal type. Queerness is an absolutely normal thing, and don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. To my queer
Okay,
viewers out there,
I'll
you
like
are
the
seen
bug.
and you are loved. I found it important to make this Fakemon, especially in light of recent events, myself being a part of the queer community, and this video coming out on Pride Month. Also, Los Angeles is home to an enormous queer community, with West Hollywood being known for their queer culture. Speaking of, we are raising money this month for the Trevor Project, a non-profit crisis prevention line serving the queer
Unfortunately, by the time everyone has seen this video from me, that project would. Oh well, I'm actually not sure. It may be going on longer than just the month of June, but you never know.
community that does incredibly
June.
needed work. Now more than ever, as the National LGBTQ+ Crisis Hotline was recently shut down. You can donate directly by using the fundraiser attached to this video,
Didn't think that was
or if you
possible.
want a sticker while also helping support this cause, you can go to my merch store which has two new stickers, the Pridromorph sticker and the Sulfion sticker, repping trans and non-binary pride. Or you could go for a sticker from the Queer Legendary series. All proceeds this month from these stickers are also being donated to the Trevor Project. And I've reduced
okay.
prices across the store to make it a bit more affordable to support this cause. So please go ahead and either directly donate through this video or pick up a sticker from my store, which the link for it is in the card and the description. So I was thinking of making some fossil Pokemon for this region. And I
Okay,
had the
here we
thought,
go.
oh, it sure would be interesting if I used the La Brea tar pits to make fossils that were part poison rather than part rock. So I started conceptualizing and landed on a saber-toothed tiger line and a ground sloth line. And it
Ooh,
was
yes.
right about that time that something familiar struck my memory. Like I had seen these exact concepts done before. I then realized that my buddy Tubbs AZ, who I've worked with on the channel before, has done this exact concept for his Mojave region.
Oh,
so I
damn,
asked and
really?
he allowed me to show them off as a sort of, here's what I would have done situation. So make sure to check out his link in the description, as well as the other artists I've worked with in this video. So here we have Kitox, the tar-toothed Pokemon, a pure poison type, and
Aw.
Gunkub, The Tar Sloth Pokemon, a poison ground type. The tar within
They're kind
Kitox's
of
bones
cute.
gives it a venomous bite. It will strike once, then wait for its prey to succumb to the poison. Gunkub's tar-covered body makes it hard to catch and even harder to battle, slipping away from most fights. At level 37, they evolve into Tartaror, the Tar Fang Pokemon, a poison dark type, and Goliath, the Giga Tar Sloth Pokemon.
Goliath,
Tartarus'
okay.
claws and fangs are so infused with toxic tar that a single cut can make its prey fall incredibly ill immediately. If
Okay, I'm sorry, but this thing is screaming emo.
its venom somehow fails, it will pin down its prey with its fangs, tearing into them with its strong claws. Goliath has extremely sticky tar covering its entire body. Bits of debris, foliage, and smaller Pokemon can often be found stuck in its coat. Due to this
Ooh,
tar,
that's
it has
bad.
poor eyesight, using its long, gooey tongue to navigate its surroundings instead. This tar is also a part of Goliath's new signature ability, Tar Trap, where an opponent Pokemon can no longer escape from battle after using a contact move. Take a drink of water each time I say
Got it.
tar when explaining those Pokemon. You look a bit dehydrated. And hydration is key to what this next fake bond is based on. Sports. So here is Passwitch, the ball change Pokemon.
Oh,
pure
it's a
water
basketball.
type. But wait, there's more. This
So I guess we're going right past. That's the Fossilmon, or was that the Fossilmon? Whatever.
is just Passwitch's Laker form. It also has its Dodger and Charger forms as well. I worked with
Oh, okay. So it can be a baseball, a football, or a basketball.
trainer Rex on this line as well as the next line, so once again, check out their link in the description. This Pokemon is of course a reference to the major sports teams of Los Angeles. The Lakers, the Dodgers, and the Chargers. With each form for Passwitch
Nice.
embodying the type of ball of each sport. A baseball, basketball, and American football. You can even see the symbol for the Chargers in Passwitch's little hair puff. With them all being
Not
balls that
bad.
are passed or thrown, they are most definitely associated with motion. With that said, each of these forms are also based on Newton's laws of motion. Laker form is based on Newton's first law of inertia. While basketball is known for a lot of movement across the
okay.
court, to shoot the basketball, it's important to plant in one place before shooting. Also, lakes don't typically have much movement within them, being a still body of water surrounded by land, and water
That's
is
right.
fairly chemically inert when compared to other chemicals. Water basketball is also a sport that exists, which this references. Dodger form is based on Newton's
yeah,
second
water
law
basketball.
of acceleration, with baseballs being known for how fast they are being thrown by the pitcher, and wind becoming more dangerous
Oh yeah, up to 90 miles an hour.
the faster it blows. Its flying type serves as a reference to fly balls, a term within baseball for a ball that was batted high into the air. Charger form is based on Newton's third law of action and reaction, that states when
Not
two
bad.
bodies interact, they apply forces to one another that are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Well, doesn't that sound like the line of scrimmage in football, where the
It honestly
linebackers push
does.
into each other with near equal force, trying to push them the opposite direction? Also, electricity is constantly active, and blocks or stops need to be put in place to keep it from flowing. The arms and legs of this Pokemon are
okay.
inspired by sports team mascots, and classic rubber hose cartoons like Steamboat Willie, with Disney Animation Studios being founded in Burbank, California, and
Now that is
Disneyland
awesome.
being within Anaheim. Passwitch changes into its different forms when thrown out of its Pokeball using different throwing techniques, carrying that mechanic over from the Blueberry
Ooh,
Academy DLC in
okay.
Scarlet and Violet. The techniques would match up to how each type of ball is thrown in the sport they are associated with, which is how it gets its name. It switches depending on how it is passed. Passwitch
Not
love
bad.
to play games
Not
together.
bad at all.
They will all switch their forms by throwing each other so they can play the same game on equal footing. Their Dodger form is known for its incredible speed, the Laker form for its ability to go with the flow, and its Charger form for its unending wants to charge forward. I definitely think Passwitch would get a
Nice.
new move. So let's give it Play Action. A move that is like a combo between Baton Pass and Astonish, where Passwitch will rush the opponent with what they think is a tackle, possibly making them
Oh.
flinch, before immediately returning back to its trainer, giving any stat buffs Passwitch had to the next Pokemon that is sent into battle. This move
Okay, that actually is pretty damn good.
refers
I
to the
approve
football
it.
play called a play action pass, where the offense tricks the defense into thinking they're going for a running play, but instead they're actually doing a pass play. This would essentially give you a free switch in with free stat buffs that come along with it. I considered instead of flinching that this move would hit like Volt Switch or Flip Turn, with the type corresponding to Passwitch's current type, but that felt a bit too OP, where I think the chance to flinch makes it a bit more reasonable. Last
Yeah,
but not
flinch
least, we
is
have the
definitely
main
better.
fish Pokemon of the region, and that would be none other than Geekeye, the Brainfish Pokemon, a pure water type.
Brainfish?
This Pokemon earns its category as the Brainfish Pokemon as it is extremely elusive, not
Oh, I just realized. It looks like it's wearing glasses.
due to its speed, but due to its clever maneuvering. Fishermen gather at the beaches that run across
Oh, and look! Look, the coat. I mean, the pocket. I mean, the lines here. The kills or whatever. Oh, it looks like a node that has a pocket protector in.
Across Alea
And
to see if they
pins.
can win the battle of wits it takes to catch one of these Pokemon. It has a consistent nonplussed look on its face, as it is very easily bored with those that don't challenge its intellect. Geekeye stays in the ocean for a majority of its life, but if it moves into Alea's rivers, this triggers its evolution into Bulkeye, the Brawnfish
Oh,
Pokemon,
jeez.
a water fighting type. This monstrous Pokemon
So it went from being intelligent to a jackass.
has abandoned all the intellect of its prior stage, acting aggressively toward any that dare trifle with it. There is another group of fishermen that gather in Alea to try and catch this Pokemon, with it being an impressive feat of strength. There is much debate on which member of this line is harder to catch. Okay, so, this line is based on a fish known as the sockeye salmon, which while it is young, it stays
Oh,
in the ocean
yeah.
and maintains this silver and blue coloration and smaller frame. But when it comes
The moment he said salmon, that's when my brain was like, oh yeah, there actually is one salmon species out there that, well, does something as drastic as this. And here's the proof.
time for mating season, they travel into freshwater rivers, where they begin an incredible transformation,
That.
gaining a new green and red coloration,
Look at that.
hooked jaws, and a hump in its back. This massive transformation reminded me of a couple very famous characters known for their transformations, with the major one being Bruce Banner, who becomes the Incredible
Ah,
Hulk,
okay.
who were inspired by the tale of Jekyll and Hyde, both of which
Very
are
nice.
incredibly smart individuals who transform into brutish, monstrous creatures. You can see the scales.
Of course, not by their own choice. That wasn't Jacko's intention, and Bruce didn't even know about the monster inside until he was exposed to gamma radiation.
Of Geekeye are meant to form a lab coat, with its eyebrow pattern reflecting glasses, which then become these ripped clothing-esque scales on Bulkeye, just like how Hulk has those iconic ripped shorts. Naturally, this means Bulkeye would get Anger Point as an ability, given Hulk's whole deal
I
is
do
the
like that.
angrier he gets, the more powerful he is. And I think Geekeye could have Technician, as Bruce Banner has made multiple bits of tech across the comics and MCU.
This is an
or it
absolute
could have
win.
Analytic, referring to Bruce's analytical mind. These two are also inspired by water babies, a creature from the
Oh,
midst
what
of
the
many
deal, God?
Western Native American groups, which take the appearance of infants, whose cries are considered an omen of impending disaster. Just like the small-bodied Geekeye
don't like
coming
that.
closer to the beaches of Alea is considered an omen of the impending disaster that is the monstrous Bulkeye. So which of these Pokemon was your favorite? Let me know down below. Thank you so much to our fantastic members who go that extra mile to support.
Now, out of all the ones he's shown for today's video, if I were to pick just a single one to be my personal favorite, I would have to go with... Ooh, it's a toss-up between the Bud and the Bug. I mean, I like Bug types a lot, but I love the design of the Bud, so... I'll put Bud in first place as my personal favorite, with the Bug taking second, and the Fish taking third. And that is going to be it for today's video, and I hope you all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link to the original will be in the description below, and I'll see all of y'all next time when we flick back on. Until then, this is Fox, signing out. Peace.